Let us see what is passing through an array means. So consider our sample array starting from the first element of the array and reaching the end of the array by reading each element in the array is called as passing through an array. That is, we'll start with the first element, we'll move to the second element, then we'll go to the next element, then we'll go to the fourth element, then we'll go to the fifth element. Since we reach the end of the array, we'll stop. So this is called as passing through an array. So what is the next step in the algorithm? When we pass through the array, we want to compare each element with the next element. That is, if we start from the first position, we want to compare it with the second element. When we compare, what we have to do, and the next step in the algorithm says that when we compare, we want to interchange the two elements if this is not in proper order. Let us consider our example. We want to compare 8 and 7. We want to compare 8 and 7 and interchange the elements if not in proper order. Here, how do we know that the elements are not in proper order? We want to sort the elements in ascending order. Ascending order means the element on the left side should be lesser than the element on the right side. But here we will see, we will check if 8 is less than 7. We know that 8 is greater than 7. Then we can say that this is not in proper order. So when the values are not in proper order, what we have to do? The next step in the algorithm says that we have to interchange the values. That is, 7 will come to the left side and 8 will move to the right side. So after interchanging, our array will look like this. 7 is in first position, 8 is in second position. So again we want to move to the second position. So now 8 is in second position. We want to compare it with the next element, that is 6. We want to compare 8 and 6. So 8 is greater than 6. So we know that this is not in proper order. So we want to interchange like this. So when we interchange, our array will become like this. Now we are in second position. So we want to move to the third element. So now 8 is the third element. I want to compare it with the element in fourth position. So we want to compare 8 with 4. We know that 8 is greater than 4 and we will interchange. It will become like this. So this is our array after interchanging. And then now we move to the fourth position and compare it with the fifth element. That is 8 and 5. We know that it is not in order, so we'll change. So our array will become like this. So after this, we want to move to the fifth position and compare it with the next element. But here we have already reached the end of the array. There is no next element to compare. So we'll stop our processing. So this is called as first pass. That is, we started from the first element and compared it with the second element and interchanged the values if not in same order. And we moved to the second element, did the same processing, moved to the third element, did the same processing, and moved to the fourth element and did the same comparison, and we stopped when we reached the last element. So we can see that at the end of the first pass, the largest element has reached the last position. That is, when we look at the sorted array, the largest value will be in the last position. So now we have achieved this part. But you can still see that the remaining values in the array are not in sorted order. So before seeing how to sort the remaining elements, we'll see how to write a pseudocode for the steps that we did so far.